Are you a nurse who's ever feel like you just can't take another step without collapsing? If you've ever ended a shift feeling completely drained, you're not alone. Let's talk about how to change that. Hello Nurse Nations. So as a registered BSN nurse with years of experience, believe me, these years of experience came with its fair shares of burnout. Today I am sharing my personal journey and the strategies I've learned to help you manage the intense demands of nursing without sacrificing your well-being. So if you're ready, let's dive into how you can avoid feeling like I did on one of my toughest days as a nurse. So it was one of those shifts that every nurse dread. You know, one of those shifts that your gut tells you how bad it's going to be post-huddle? Yeah, it was one of those shifts, guys. I was assigned to one of the sickest patients in the unit, a one-on-one case that required my undivided attention and constant vigilance. From the moment I clocked in, it was clear that this was not going to be an ordinary day. So as I started from one task to another, adjusting monitors, administering medications and drips, and responding to the never-ending alarms, I realized I hadn't taken a moment to breathe, not even take a bathroom break. The hours began to blur into a continuous loop of caregiving that demanded every ounce of my energy. And in our world, something as basic as a bathroom break, a luxury that we often cannot afford. And yes, guys, to all my new grad nurses out there, it is a harsh reality that nurses face. Working entire shift without a pause or a bathroom breaks, which can also lead to UTIs, kidney stones, and worse, due to urine retention. It is part of our jobs, we know all too well. Yeah, it's one that we seldom discuss outside of our circles. So after my shift finally ended, I found myself sitting in my car, right? Just parked outside the hospital. I was too exhausted to even start the engine, guys. That's how bad it was. I just sat there for over an hour trying to muster the energy to drive home. When I finally did, half an hour had passed by before I could even bring myself to step out of the car. And as I walked the mere 5 feet to my front door, every step felt like a mile. See, your girl is not a runner, okay? So every step to me felt like a mile. My legs were screaming in agony, begging for relief. I imagined entering my home to tranquility, guys, perhaps collapsing into my couch and elevating my tired legs. But the reality was far different from that, okay? As soon as I opened the door, the aroma of cooking did not fill the air, guys. And my husband, unaware of the physical and the emotional toll of my day, cheerfully greeted me and said, "Oh, I thought out the chicken for dinner tonight." The disconnect between my expectations and reality was jarring. Here I was, barely able to stand, yet faced another demand on my time and energy. It was too much. That night, I tried to explain to my husband why I couldn't bring myself to make dinner. The tears started to flow, okay? I wasn't just crying about the overwhelming day or the unmet expectations at home. I was crying because I realized this was not sustainable. This was my response to burnout, guys. And I know we all respond to burnout differently. This was the moment I knew something had to give. That night was my tipping point, and it led me to seek better ways to manage my professional and personal life, to avoid the severe burnout that so many of us in nursing face. You see, it's not just my story, it could be yours too. So how do we tackle this burnout? So today I really wanted to explore 4 actionable strategies to regain control and find balance once more in not only in our career, but most importantly in our personal life as well. So the first strategy that I want to set with you guys is setting boundaries, right? So this means simply recognizing your limits and communicating them clearly. Because honestly, at that time, I didn't know how to communicate my boundaries, so my response to that was just tears. Whether it's deciding not to check work emails at home or limiting how many extra shifts you take, I know, it's hard to say no to those extra shifts, or spending additional hours to prepare dinner for your loved ones. Setting boundaries is crucial. It's okay to say no and prioritize your health, guys. So let me give you an example of how you might approach a conversation with your significant other about not being able to fully be there for them after a long shift. So I don't know about you, but my husband and I, we communicate throughout the day, and I always make sure that I share what my day is going to look like or what my day is looking like throughout the shift. Why? Because by doing so, this is my way of preparing him for who is coming home to him after a 12-hour shift. It's not the same as the bubbly person who woke up next to him or who he woke up to that morning. Because the reality of our career will inadvertently affect your personal life. But how you approach this is key, guys. So next, I really want to talk about mindfulness. So this isn't just a buzzword, it is a practical tool for managing stress. Whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or mindful walking, taking a moment throughout your day to pause and reconnect can dramatically reduce feelings of overwhelm. Personally, I always take a mindful walk every shift outside of my unit. By doing so, it really helps me just clear my mind and distress from the alarms and everything else that is contributing to my stress during that shift. Simply asking a coworker to keep an eye on your patient for you and give them the pertinent information about your patient prior to stepping away from the unit. Because doing this, guys, will change your life and how you approach your shift and your stress at work. So make sure you try this tip below and let me know in the comment how it really changed, how you deal with stress at work. So let's move on to healthy habits. So these are the basics of self-care that are often overlooked. Hydration, and by hydration, I am not talking about the energy drinks, guys. Hydration with water, nutrition, exercise, and sleeps are the pillars of physical and mental health. These are simple, everyday actions that you can actually take to keep your body and mind in top shape. Like choosing an apple over a snack from the vending machine during your breaks is key. And I know a lot of the vending machines, they do not have healthy snacks for us. So my advice to you is to pack as many snacks, because we all know too well what is waiting for us in the break room when we go in there. And I'm talking about donuts, chips, pizza, bagels, the things that our hospital likes to provide for us that are not always healthy for us. So the final strategy is seeking support, guys. So nursing can feel isolated, and I've been there myself. But it is important to remember that help is available always, and you are not alone in this. And my mission is to create a community where you can connect with fellow nurses who are ready to have balance in their career and personal relationships. And I'm currently working on that, so I cannot wait to share that with you as well. You see, sharing your struggles and successes can make a huge difference in how you cope with the pressures of the jobs. So I hope this was helpful, because together these strategies can help build resilience and enhance your well-being, ensuring that you're at your best when caring for others. Because at the end of the day, as sad as this may sound, we are all replaceable. We are all just numbers. So I want you to remember that taking care of yourself isn't selfish at all. It is essential. If you found these tips helpful, please share your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe for more content, and don't forget to take care of yourself. And until next time, goodbye and stay strong.